All right, welcome back to the channel. Man, I have got to tell you, I thought Deontay Wilder didn't get any respect when he was the champion for 5 straight years, had knocked out everybody, knocked out all these people, and people were still talking crazy about him. So I guess it shouldn't surprise me the amount of disrespect people give Deontay Wilder now that he's lost. But, still, some people do not cease. It never ceases to amaze me. But let's talk about the fact that you got people actually picking Mike Tyson to beat Deontay Wilder, and still people close to Tyson Fury acting as if Deontay Wilder doesn't even deserve a rematch for the belt that he has a rematch clause for. But let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, the disrespect for Deontay Wilder continues. Nothing new, but it's going to, I think, new extremes. Over the last week, I have heard some of the most ridiculous things about Deontay Wilder that I know. First, you got people saying that a damn near 60-year-old Mike Tyson, if he came back and trained for 6 months, could beat Deontay Wilder. Nothing more disrespectful than that. Deontay Wilder would decapitate Mike Tyson. There ain't no chance. Mike Tyson ain't beating Joe Joyce. Mike Tyson isn't going to beat Bermane Stavern. He's not going to beat Luis Ortiz. He's not beating Dillian. He's not beating Dominic Brazil, let alone him beating Deontay Wilder. Because one guy that is 6'9" and 300 pounds and well known to have questionable fight preparation beat him does not mean that everybody and their mother can do it. The second bit of the second bit of disrespect wasn't as extreme as the Mike Tyson, but the Daniel Dubois. Frank Warren saying I would be ready to have him fight Deontay Wilder right after the Tyson Fury fight. Frank Warren ain't doing jack but trying to grow Daniel Dubois' name on Deontay Wilder's back. Daniel Dubois is not, at this stage in his career, is not getting put in the ring with Deontay Wilder. And if he got put in the ring with Deontay Wilder, he's gonna go to sleep because he's an inexperienced fighter that has yet to fight off of the domestic level in the UK. And to have him to say that, yeah, he's ready to go with Deontay Wilder is flat out disrespectful to Deontay Wilder. And the last thing that is crazy is these people that continually act as if Deontay Wilder has no chance to win a rematch with Tyson Fury. That, my friends, is wishful, absolutely positively wishful thinking. Because there are plenty of things that can happen in the fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder that would lead to a Deontay Wilder win. Number one is Deontay Wilder landing a punch on Tyson Fury's glass jaw. Let us not forget that still, with every clean shot Deontay Wilder has ever hit Tyson Fury with, Tyson Fury has hit the deck. And with a little training, and provided that there isn't any, and if what people are saying out of Deontay Wilder's camp is true, that he had a bad night, that he was off, that his preparation was off because of personal issues or whatever it has, you know what there is? There is a absolute positive chance that they are telling the truth. Like people, and there's also a chance that Tyson Fury cheated in that fight. So that's why you have rematch clauses. But aside from the fact that any heavyweight can knock out any other heavyweight on any given night, the fact that Deontay Wilder has a rematch clause sews it up. And all you're doing by saying that Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury needs to just jump to Anthony Joshua. Dude, that to me, people that say that make me believe that they doubt that they have some fear about Tyson Fury losing that next fight. If Andy, for example, Andy Lee, who is I believe is a cousin of Tyson Fury, said that Deontay Wilder, he would be surprised if Deontay Wilder took that rematch. If it was him, he should go fight somebody else, go fight a couple fights, go back to school, learn some more lessons. Otherwise, Tyson Fury is going to do the same thing to you, same thing to Deontay Wilder, in the second fight as he did in his first. To me, that just sounds like you want the dude to go away. And you're hoping that fight is not going to happen. That is a very, very dangerous fight for Tyson Fury, and it is as dangerous a fight. A fight with Deontay Wilder is as dangerous a fight in the heavyweight division as you can make, especially if Deontay Wilder is in a situation where his back is against the wall and he feels he's hungry and he's had time to rest and he's brought in a trainer like a Buddy McGirt or somebody like that to work on a game plan with him. Work on a game plan with him. Man, that fight can most definitely, the outcome can definitely change. And the outcome of the fight, the way that the first fight and the second fight went were dramatically different. The fight between the way that the second fight and the third fight could be dramatically different. Or it could go back to the first fight. And if it goes back to a type of fight that's going on in the first fight, where Tyson Fury doesn't have a lot of power, where he can land a flush shot, but the flush shot really doesn't hurt Deontay Wilder like the flush shot hurt Deontay Wilder in the second fight. The second fight, one which is a rumor that, and honestly, man, just you can look at your eyes, man, and see that punch landed with significant more power than I have ever seen Tyson Fury land a punch with. It's just a lot of shadiness around that fight, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on that for the next fight. One bit of history that I would like to point out where an example of this has happened is with Antonio Margarito. Please recall, nobody ever caught Antonio Margarito in the ring with loaded gloves. His loaded gloves got through all of the different levels of security, right? The levels of security that have been around in boxing for 200 years. People have had loaded gloves and messed with their gloves from the beginning of boxing, or from the beginning of the time that they used gloves, So not 200 years, 100. Started using gloves in the late 1800s, maybe right around the turn of the century. John L. Sullivan spent a considerable amount of his career bare knuckle, and then Marcus of Queensberry rules came in, and then they started switching to gloves. Anyway, Antonio Margarito was looking like killer number one until he got caught with those loaded gloves. And then after that, boom, everything goes away. He's not the monster anymore. He's somebody that is getting whooped by everybody walking in the ring with him because they took away the weapon that nobody knew he had. And if in the comparison to Tyson Fury, because I do think something's funny with that dude's gloves, man. It's just, I'm sorry, man. It's just too much proof out there, too many different angles for me not to. I'll put it this way. I am highly suspicious that funny things went on with his gloves. But the next fight, the eyes are going to be on those gloves very intensely from the sanction, from whatever state commission is watching it is going to watch those gloves more carefully, because I do believe there's a lot of people out there who are really in boxing and in those positions that saw the videos about the glove, that looked at those particular situations. And even though they're not saying anything, they have an understanding that something really funny went on with those gloves. You have guys like Dewey Cooper that said something was up with those gloves. You have Joey Spencer, who said that he had been taught how to throw punches like that in the state of Michigan. You have a bunch of different people saying, yeah, something looked really funny about those gloves. So the fact that you have people that are willing to say that and who are in the box, the forefront of boxing, tells you that there's other people that aren't saying anything that saw that too. So you have to wonder going into that fight whether or not Tyson Fury is going to go in there with a weapon, without a weapon in the third fight that he had in the second and might have had in the first fight, because Tyson Fury is not a power puncher, and the idea that he would just miraculously go to Crunk and his power increased by 50%. It's like, nah, man, I am not, there's something funny about that, man. But anyway, but maybe that's the case. Maybe that's not the case. But because that's there, and because you have a guy that is a one-punch knockout guy, you know that there's a chance that that fight might go differently, which is why I say, man, it's all of this crap about Mike Tyson beating him and Daniel Dubois being ready for him in his next fight before he's even fought on the international, before he's even got above the domestic level. Because be very clear, Daniel Dubois is a domestic level fighter in the UK right now. He's somebody that will be fighting at the world level, but he's not fighting at the world level yet. And for Frank Warren to say that the first guy he's willing to do is put him in there with Wilder, that's just nonsense. He knows the fight's not going to happen and is pretty much just trying to tag Daniel Dubois' name to Deontay Wilder in a disrespectful manner. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.